Respect your parents. They passed school without Google. Anonymous. Education can get you the only thing that really matters in today's world, an assigned parking space. Jean Perret. School is a building which has 4 walls with tomorrow inside. Lon Waters. If you think your teachers are tough, wait till you get a boss. Bill Gates. There's more treasure in books than in all the pirates' loot on Treasure Island. Walt Disney. In school, you're taught a lesson and then given a test. In life, you're given a test that teaches you a lesson. Tom Bodett. School bells are ringing loud and clear, vacation's over, school is here. Winifred C. Marshall. You have brains in your head. You have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself any direction you choose. Dr. Seuss. I like a teacher who gives you something to take home to think about besides homework. Lily Tomlin. A sense of curiosity is nature's original school of education. Smiley Blanton. First day of school, make sure that you know your locker combination. Jordan Francis. It is the mark of an educated mind to be able to entertain a thought without accepting it. Aristotle. School is a lot like toilet paper. You only miss it when it's gone. Anonymous. There is nothing on earth intended for innocent people so horrible as a school. George Bernard Shaw. It's not that I hate school. I just hate waking up early in the morning. We all learn by experience, but some of us have to go to summer school. Peter de Vries. Everything is a learning process. Any time you fall over, it's just teaching you to stand up the next time. Joel Edgerton. You can drag my body to school, but my spirit refuses to go. Bill Watterson. I said school starts tomorrow. I didn't say I was going to be there. Kim Harrison. I would enjoy school more if I was allowed to bring a pillow. The job of an educator is to teach students to see the vitality in themselves. Joseph Campbell. One child, one teacher, one pen, and one book can change the world. Malala Yousafzai. Education is the key to unlocking the world, a passport to freedom. Oprah Winfrey. It's one of my favorite seasons of the year, back to school. As a kid, I loved fresh school supplies, new outfits, the change of seasons, and the chance to crack open a new textbook. Dana Perino. You can teach a student a lesson for a day, but if you can teach him to learn by creating curiosity, he will continue the learning process as long as he lives. Clay Patrick Bedford. Too often we give children answers to remember rather than problems to solve. Roger Lewin. Intelligence plus character, that is the true goal of education. Martin Luther King. Education is simply the soul of a society as it passes from one generation to another. Gilbert Keith Chesterton. A teacher affects eternity, he can never tell where his influence stops. Henry Brooks Adams. If you are planning for a year, sow rice. If you are planning for a decade, plant trees. If you are planning for a lifetime, educate people. Chinese proverb. Education is the difference between wishing you could help other people and being able to help them. Russell M. Nelson. All children start their school careers with sparkling imaginations, fertile minds, and a willingness to take risks with what they think. Ken Robinson. Do not confine your children to your own learning, for they were born in another time. Chinese proverb. Knowledge is power. Information is liberating. Education is the premise of progress, in every society, in every family. Kofi Annan. What makes a child gifted and talented may not always be good grades in school, but a different way of looking at the world and learning. Chuck Grassley. Good teaching is more a giving of right questions than a giving of right answers. Joseph Albers. Education is the key to success in life, and teachers make a lasting impact in the lives of their students. Solomon Ortiz. To raise a child who is comfortable enough to leave you means you've done your job. They are not ours to keep, but to teach how to soar on their own. Better than 1,000 days of diligent study is one day with a great teacher. Japanese proverb. The capacity to learn is a gift, the ability to learn is a skill, the willingness to learn is a choice. Brian Herbert.